God is so big, and we're so small. Understanding God is like an ant trying to understand the concept of 2 and 2 being 4. It can't be done. When I was 3, you took my father, the Tsar Alexis, from me. When I was 10, you made me Tsar, with my half-brother Ivan as Khazar, and my half-sister Sophia as regent. When I was 17, you helped me crush the rebellion against me led by Sophia. I had Sophia locked in a convent the rest of her life, until the day she died. Azov. Then came Azov, the Turkish fortress at the mouth of the Don River. You gave me absolute victory at Azovstal. I lost the Battle of Narva because I wasn't there. I lost the Battle of Golovci because I wasn't there. I won the Battle of Lesnaya because I found a loophole in the enemy's infantry, and I struck. God, you helped me win the Battle of Poltava. I defeated Charles's Swedish army and turned the tide of the war. It was the happiest moment of my life. I am the father of all the Russians, and I'm looking for myself. Please, God, could you not help Peter Alexeyevich find a small part of himself today? I've always done harsh things to people, God, but I've had to do them in order to survive. You know that, God. No, that's not true. I've done them because I've enjoyed doing them. I went to Western Europe for the first time. I went to Austria, Holland, England. I soaked up everything I could about Western culture, took it back to my native country, and put it on the right hand of the Russian people, like a glove that did not fit. But I made it fit. I began to have trouble with my son Alexis very early. He was always a weakling, and he hated and feared me. I gave him the best education Western tutors could give. But he was always against me militarily. He was a pacifist. I wanted to make the Russian church a place for educated, enlightened men. I wanted them to study languages, history, mathematics. But Alexis was against this. He was a fundamentalist. When I returned from Western Europe the second time, I found that Alexis had done something unprecedented. He had fled Russia. He had fled me. Through my spies, I found that he was living in the mountains of Austria. I sent Tolstoy and Rumyantsev to bring him home. He escaped and fled to Milan. They followed suit. Through the skill of those two men, they brought him back to Russia, back to me. When I would investigate this person, it would lead to that person. That person would lead to this person would lead to that person. I had the entire group arrested and imprisoned. I had some tortured. I had some sent to Siberia, and some I had executed. For those whom I had executed, I built a platform in the public square. I had Prince Sherbatov's tongue cut out. I had his nostrils pulled away. I had Glebov impaled. I had a sharp spike driven up his rectum very slowly into his intestines. Oh, he died an antagonizing death. Alexis was tried, first by a religious court, then by a civil court. He was found guilty, but instead of recommending death, they recommended torture. I had 40 lashes applied to his back. He died as a result of the shock and fear that came from the beating. God, why did you give me such a problem? Why did you give me such a son? Who are you? Are you a monk? Are you a messenger of God? Are you Christ? Are you God? Please don't go. I want my conscience back. Thank you, God, for giving me my conscience back. Dmitri. Dmitri, I'm home. I may be your father. Dmitri, how is your mother? Is she still here? Is she well? Oh, Dmitri. was 6, my father took me to Moscow, to court, and I met Tsar Peter for the first time. When I was 14, Tsar Peter commanded me to come to Preobrazhenskoye, his country estate, to play soldier. Tsar Peter was 3 years older than I, and always looked to me as someone to protect. When I was 18, Tsar Peter commanded me to come to Archangel, his naval outpost on the Barents Sea. We built ships. I supervised the building of his ships. Once, we got into a ferocious storm, but we sailed through it. I was with Tsar Peter at the siege of Azov. I helped him defeat his sister, Sophia. When Tsar Peter and his band of men got ready to go on their first journey to Western Europe, they invited me to go with them. We went to Vienna. We went to Amsterdam, where we lived for a while. And we went to London. In London, I became acquainted with the English theater and English poetry. When we got back to Moscow, we discovered that we'd been gone a total of 18 months. I helped people at court adjust to their new style of dressing, the Western style of dressing, which Tsar Peter commanded them to do. I came here and I built this house in the Western style. I went to court and I met you, Natasha. You were the softest, most feminine girl I had ever seen. The first year of our marriage was the happiest year of my life. Then, one cold, bleak afternoon, I'd started for Moscow. I had forgotten a certain pair of boots, so I turned my horse around and returned to get them. When I entered the house, I heard the sound of masculine laughter upstairs. When I entered the room, I saw the curtains of your closet flutter. Natasha, there's someone in your closet.
No, sir.
Natasha, is there someone in your closet?
If there's a man in my closet, then our marriage is over.
Well, no. I'll never go in that direction. Natasha, is there someone in your closet?
There is no one in my closet.
Louder. Swear on this crucifix. There's no one in my closet.
I swear.
Louder. There's no one in my closet.
I swear.
Natasha, you swore on this crucifix that there was no one in your closet. I had the door of that closet bricked up. 9 months later, a child was born to us. When I discovered that that child had blonde hair, I snatched the baby from your arms, took him to the nearest bluff, and threw him over. From that day to this, your mind has been absent, Natasha. You utterly destroyed me, Natasha. You simply destroyed me. I could not find forgiveness for my sins. So I wrote Tsar Peter requesting permission to leave Russia. He granted it. Our ship sailed into the Baltic, then into the North Sea. We were attacked by pirates. I was pulled on board and drafted into the pirate crew. For 4 years, we sailed the North Atlantic and the Spanish Main, from the Azores to Tortuga to Cartagena and back again, raping and plundering, raping and plundering. Then one day I'd had enough. So I jumped ship in Cartagena. I got on a Spanish ship and sailed to Spain. I walked from Spain all the way back here to Russia. When I got here, I found Dmitri to be 4 years old and retarded because of what I had done. I still could not find forgiveness for my sin. So I entered a monastery. At the monastery, I requested that one of my arms be tied to one pillar and the other arm to the opposite, that I be stripped naked and whipped until my sins were scourged from my soul. God forgave me of my sin. I took my vows, and I spent many happy, productive years in the monastery. The years flew by, and one day I went walking in the woods. I came across a naked girl by the side of the lake, taking in the sun. I laid with her. And 9 months later, she produced a child. This time, I walked from the monastery to St. Petersburg and back again, barefooted, with a fellow monk whipping me all the way. God, in His omnipotence, forgave me again. The years flew by, and younger men began to come to the monastery. Younger priests, younger monks. They began to look at me as the old order of things. They made life miserable for me. Also, Satan returned to visit me once more. This time, he brought with him my old sin, my old temptation, my desire for women. I found that I could not live isolated from the female sex. I could not live without women. I fled the monastery. I went into the woods and lived like a wild animal, like an ogre, until spring came. And one afternoon, I looked out the edge of the forest and I saw someone approaching the wood from the field. As the figure drew nearer, I could see who it was.
It was Tsar Peter. Tsar Peter was coming into the wood. As he drew closer, I could see what people meant when they used to say that we resembled one another. And there was a definite family kinship. Tsar Peter entered the wood and began to pray.
I am the father of all the Russians, and I am looking for myself. Please, God, could you help Peter Alexeyevich find a small part of himself today?
As I listened to Peter's confession, I suddenly realized how similar our sins were. He had had a son he had had whipped, and the son had died as a result of his torture. As Tsar Peter continued to confess, through Peter's prayers, it was as if all my sins fled my soul, and I was clean and pure and whole once again. Then Tsar Peter left the forest, and he went over the hill from whence he had come, back to St. Petersburg, the city he had built in my absence. I continued to live in the wood until summer came, and then I went to a serf's hut, and they cleaned me up. And I came here to be with you and Dmitri, Natasha. Why did you take a lover, my wife? Was there something about me you didn't like? Did I say anything or do anything? Will your mind ever recover enough to tell me why? Natasha, I can't live with you as husband and father, but I can live with you as your own monk, your private holy man. And I have so much to make up to Dmitri. And I have so much love to give you. At this point of my life, at this stage of my life, I want love, I want my family. Natasha, can you ever tell me? Can you ever tell me that you'll forgive me for what I did? And can you ever return my love? Please give me some sign.